Key in the door, turn, push open, call out, "Hi Grandad, it's me." Close the door, stop, breathe, walk one foot in front of another, head empty into the living room. His smile greets me, grey, Frau, sitting small in his armchair. Breathe, breathe again, say something. I have some bad news, Grandad, about Dad. Smile gone, eyes questioning, blood drained, mouth an open hole without teeth. Kneel beside him, hold his hand. Bones for fingers, leather for skin, contours for veins. Breathe, breathe again. Say it. Voice goes to auto. He's in hospital. He's had a heart attack. Silence. And then a noise. Animal-like. A primeval, guttural moan from his insides. His face. 85 years of knowing. White fear staring straight back at me and waiting for my inadequate words to plunge deep through his bony ribs. How do I say this without using words dead, died, departed? But with every second of delay, it's just like twisting the dagger of expectation into his chest. Be merciful for God's sake, and drive these words into his heart and end it all now. Tears rimming around his milky blue eyes, patiently waiting to be bludgeoned. I embrace and hold him near, bring my mouth closer to his failing ears. This is to be said only once without repeat. Twice would be just too unkind. Nothing composed it in my head. An empty void. Space without stars. Waterless ocean. But then, out of the nothingness, the fluency of love steps forward and takes control. Breathe. Breathe again. Engage. Trust. Allow. Flow. And release. I'm sorry, Grandad. Your son, my father, he didn't make it. Simple words with uncomplicated meaning. No chance of misunderstanding. Delivered with compassion, but landed in a mushroom cloud of destruction. The briefest moments of silence drift past before the comprehension explodes into reality. He roars out like a wounded lion and then subsides into the whimpering of an infant. His whole frame shakes with the enormity of the emptiness that now lays before him. He holds on, white finger tight to me, as if to stop himself from slipping, falling away. Arms around each other's necks, forehead touching forehead, tears mingling into a river of one. Both united and bound together by an invisible chain, held in place by my lost father, his lost son. Could we, would we ever be closer? Key in the door, turn, push open, call out, "Hi Grandad, it's me." Close the door, stop, breathe, walk, one foot in front of another, head engaged, into the living room. His smile greets me, grey Frau, sitting small in his armchair. "I've come to give you your bath." This was the legacy from my late father. Me, 34, a professional, a London city slicker, born on the 80s solo wave without passengers. Designer suit, designer shoes, designer shirt, and a tie that shouts out my intentions to the world. Everything must be shiny. Abandon the old for the new. Dispense with the past for the future. Here today, gone tomorrow. Greed is good. Dog eat dog. Me, myself, and I. But all that changed. He never asked for it, but I felt compelled to play out this role of my father caring for his father. Something that I would never be able to do for my own father, but was given to me as a gift in his death. A gift so totally abhorrent at first. This is not me. This is not my style. This is not who I am. But there, within the genetic DNA, those skin-deep reactions were eroded away, and it became the most natural thing. I would make a cup of tea for him while I ran the bath. Hot as hot could be, the way he liked it. I would hold his skinny arms and help him walk his way to the bathroom, steamy air and warm. I would remove his clothes and he stands there naked like some concentration camp detainee. I would help him slowly lower himself into the water, where he would lay with contentment floating. While he was wallowing and soaking away, I would sit in his living room and contemplate how this all came to be. Was it some kind of quirky course of fate, or a divine design unfolding? Questions without answers, it would seem. Started out as if my little destiny had been blighted, but then eventually metamorphosizing into a gigantic privilege never to be surpassed. It felt like some kind of payback for my birth. The price to be paid, caring for someone else in their old age. Help him out of the bath, dry him down, dress him just like a child, hold his skinny arms and steer him gently back to the lounge in his armchair. Make his supper and another cup of tea. A chat about this, a chat about that. This was the total of his event horizon twice a week from me. Pathetic, really. A year and a half, maybe 2 of this routine continued. And then one day, Albert bid us all farewell. And then odd it seemed for me not to be playing out my father's role anymore. But sad I was not. Grandad played his part so well in allowing me to find compassion in my anger and my grieving rage, and the satisfaction that father and son were together again, looking down at this last page. Would we, could we ever be closer